Hello everyone and welcome to another guide. Today I'm going to show you how you can very easily earn 50 to 60k combat XP per hour depending on your combat stats. In this guide I'm going to show you how you can use the Slayer monster's Dark Beast to your advantage to gain very easy yet very AFKable XP. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is the requirements to use this method of training. There are two main requirements you must have completed to get to and kill Dark Beasts. To be able to successfully attack and kill Dark Beasts, you must have at least level 90 Slayer. You must also have partially completed the quest Mornings in Part 2 to access the cave where the Dark Beasts are located. And lastly, if you were looking to get Dark Beasts assigned as a Slayer task, you would need at least 100 combat, but if you don't have 100 combat, you can discuss with the Slayer Masters and get them assigned at a lower combat. That way you can kill them through a task. Okay guys, now before I go over some gear setups, I want to go over some useful items to carry along with you while at Dark Beasts. The first item is a Slayer Ring. To be able to create and use Slayer Rings, you must first purchase the ability to make them from any Slayer Master. This will cost you 300 Slayer points, but it is very worth it. Once that is done, you would then need a level 75 crafting requirement, which can be boosted to make your Slayer Rings. I highly recommend this item as it is a huge convenience factor when killing Dark Beasts. Normally, when going to the Dark Beast lair, you would need the full gas outfit obtained from the Morning's End quests, but with the Slayer Ring, you can teleport right to the lair with only using up one inventory slot. The next item I would bring is the Holy Wrench obtained from the Rum Deal quest. The Holy Wrench will increase the amount of prayer points you gain from sipping a prayer potion dose by 1 to 2 additional points, depending on your prayer level. Now this boost might not seem like much, but when you look at how many prayer potions you're going to be using in the long run and per trip, you'll be saving a lot of money. It only takes up one slot as well, so it's a really convenient item to put in your inventory and save a little money along the way. Okay guys, now for the last thing I wanted to talk about before we dive right into killing the Dark Beasts. And this is the notable drops the Dark Beast can give you. Most of you probably already know this, but Dark Beast drop the coveted Dark Bow, which usually has a price range of about 1 to 1.2 mil. Aside from the Dark Bow, Dark Beasts also drop a variety of rune items, such as Rune 2H, Chain Body, Battle Axe, and a few more as well. If you're not so much into clues, you might not even do them, but they also drop hard and elite clue scrolls, which you can always do along the side to gain a little bit more money. Another cool thing is that even when I was doing a trip and I didn't receive a Dark Bow, I always pay for the supplies I use through the rune items that I could sell back to the GE, which is really cool and makes Dark Beast not only a really good training method, but a decent profit method too. Okay guys, finally now we can talk about some gear setups. These setups are generally really cheap because we're prioritizing prayer bonus. What I like to wear on a typical trip is my Nitanot helm, Amulet of Fury, Skull Cape / Fire Cape, Whip, Dragon Defender, Barrow's Gloves, Dragon Boots, and Berserker Ring Eye. Now for the torso and legs, bring Proselyte if you have it, but if you don't, just use Initiate or Monk robes to gain a little bit more prayer bonus. As for the inventory, I like to bring 5 sets of both super attack and super strength potions, my Holy Wrench, Slayer Ring to get there, and a Dueling Ring to bank at Clan Wars. And lastly, just fill up the rest of your inventory with prayer potions. You could also leave a few inventory slots open to save room for some rune drops you will get early on in the trip. Alright guys, so now that we're all geared up and ready to go with our inventory, go ahead and step through the free-for-all portal and back out if you need to restore any of your hit points in prayer. And once you've done that, go ahead and use your Slayer Ring, hit the teleport option, and use the 5th option to teleport to the Dark Beast lair. Now like I said before, what's nice about the Slayer Ring is that you get to completely skip this part. If you've started the Mornings in Part 2 quest, which you would have to do anyways to get here, you'll probably recognize this area. Normally you would need the gas outfit to get through this area, but since we have the Slayer Ring, we can just teleport right here. Now once you get in here, you're going to start to run west, and you'll see some Dark Beast spawns to the west. You're going to run past these first couple, and we're going to go down into this kind of like northwestern area. And you're basically going to come down here, make sure your Protect from Melee on, as well as Auto Retaliate on. Go ahead and take a sip of both your super attack and strength potions, and that's basically all there is to it. The higher prayer level you have is the better, because that way you can get, basically your trips will last longer, you'll get more prayer points per dose, and you can just basically just AFK a lot easier, and you don't have to drink the prayer potions nearly as much. So that, guys, is basically all there is to it. There's one more thing. Don't worry about using any other prayers. Just worry about leaving Protect from Melee on. And because if we use anything else like Piety or Ultimate Strength or any of that, we're just we don't want our prayer draining too fast because we're like I said, we're prioritizing the AFK and easiness of this. Now, one more thing I did want to talk about is for like the dark bow drops. If you're kind of doing something that's kind of like, you can't be looking at your screen too much, you can actually, if you're using OS Buddy, go into the settings and make it to where when a dark bow drop does appear, you can make the text appear a little differently so that when you do look at your screen, you can be like, oh, okay, there's a dark bow, and you can just pick it up right there. But anyways, guys, that's basically how easy it is. It's very, it's not taxing at all to do this method, and it's just very easy XP if you're busy and need to be doing something else. Anyways, guys, that's all there is to it. So yeah. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much all there is to it to killing Dark Beasts. I hope this guide helped you all out, and if it did, feel free to leave me a like down below. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and good luck on your XP and money that you get from killing these Dark Beasts, and I'll see you all in the next video.